Hey, what's going on, guys? This is just Mitchell. Hey, in this video I want to talk to you about how to tell if a girl is into you. I had some notes on this that are in my phone. I don't feel like pulling them up, but I'm going to tell you from my experience, this gets easier to understand the more you practice on different women. Now, I can't film a video for the girls that do watch this about how to tell if a guy's into you, but I will say on both parties, you can feel if somebody's really into you. Like, you can just tell right away that this person's like really into you. Now, this one's going to be for the guys then, on how to understand, like, how to tell if a woman's not interested or interested in you. And this is going to be from my experience. Now, I will say before I even go into the video, I think it's your job, if you're looking to get better at dating, to go out and study and read books, study coaches, listen to audio programs about understanding how the laws of attraction between men and women work. I'm 29 years old, and unfortunately I'm just now, as of a couple months ago, learning about this stuff, which means that in the future I'm going to have better relationships because I'm going to be able to spot like the red flags and the insecurities from women that I'm looking for. And I have examples I can talk to you about, several of them, okay? So in this video then, we're going to talk about how do you tell if a woman's interested in you. Let's start with all the ways to tell that a woman is not into you, okay? The first one is ultimately we have to determine if her level of attraction is even high enough for you to approach her in the first place, okay? Now, what I mean by this is this, okay? If you look at a girl and she looks at you and you smile and she looks away, or she goes back to doing what she's doing, or she does not smile back at you, that is a very, very clear sign that that girl is not into you. Or here's another one. If you're looking at a girl and you're looking at her long enough, I guarantee you that girl knows that you're looking at her. And if she doesn't look at you, then you know that she's avoiding you on purpose, okay? So that's going to be the very first sign that a woman's not into you. But what if she does... What if she does look at you and she does smile back, okay? If she does say, hey, you can approach me. What do we do then to understand if she's into you more or if she's losing attraction immediately, right? What I mean by that is this. If you're talking to a girl and you start talking to her and you go, hey, what's your name? She's going to answer, and then you're going to go, oh, hey, name, it's good to meet you. Gauge these two responses and you can tell for yourself what's going to show more interest and what's not. Oh, it's good to meet you too. Or, oh, it's good to meet you too. What's your name? I have asked, I think several women at this point, if you ask for a guy's name in return, does that mean you're interested in them? And every single one of them has said yes. Because if you aren't interested in learning who a guy is, why would you even want to know his name in the first place? Okay? So from there then, now you have to start gauging what she's doing during the conversation between y'all. And what I mean by that is this. If you're asking a girl questions, first of all, you should be doing maybe 10, 20% of the talking, okay? All you want to do is just start asking the woman questions to get to know about her. Women, normal, healthy women, love talking about themselves. They're just bred to do that, okay? So you want the woman to do 80, 90% of the talking if you can, okay? So you want to start asking her questions like, hey, what do you do for fun? Where are you from originally? What do you enjoy doing? What are you passionate about? Or what brings you to this place that you're at today? Or if you're at the gym, like, what are you working out today, okay? One of the good books that I want you to read is going to be How to Win Friends and Influence People by Dale Carnegie. That's basically going to teach you how to talk to other people, and it all boils down to you being interested in that person, meaning ask them questions about themselves that they enjoy answering. This is just sales 101, guys. It's easy. Even if you're antisocial and you have no sales skills whatsoever, it's not hard to ask the other person questions about themselves. All right, so let's say we're talking, okay? Let me give you some more examples on how to tell if a woman's interested and if a woman's not. First of all, we need to look at body language. If you're talking to this woman and you are facing her like I am the camera right now, and if she is facing away from you, that's a subtle sign right there that she's not interested. If she keeps looking away when she's talking to you, that's another sign that she's not interested in talking to you and she's trying to find the escape route, if you will, okay? Now, here's some other cues. If you're talking to her, if you start asking her questions like, hey, where are you from? And I'll give you two examples. If she goes, oh, I'm from Florida. Or she goes, oh, I'm from Florida. Originally, I was born in Tampa, but I moved down to Lakewood Ranch probably like 10, 15 years ago. And God, I love it here compared to like just being in Tampa. What about you? Where are you from? What do you think the response? The more effort that a woman puts into the conversation, the more she's wanting to talk to you. This gets easier to pick up on, again, the more women that you talk to, okay? You can gauge their level of interest simply by how involved this person is by wanting to talk to you. Other ways are going to be if you guys are like on a date, for example, if she starts getting closer to you, if she starts touching you, if a woman starts touching you out on a date, that is a very clear sign that she is interested in you and wants to know more about you. If she's distant from you, not touching you, then that date should probably be ended there as fast as you can because she just isn't really interested in you for whatever reason. Now, so we've talked about body language, we've talked about like subtle conversation signs, and so I've pointed out some like I'm into you, I'm not into you. What are some other ways? Okay. Well, let me go ahead and let me pull up my notes and I'll just start reading them off to you, as this will probably make more sense to you guys. But the number one thing to tell if a woman's not into you after a conversation, so let's say that you get this girl's phone number, okay? If she gives you her phone number and if she tries to like push on you a little bit, like, why do you want my phone number? Just because I want to talk to you more, like, hey, because I want to get to know you, right? If she is hesitant to give you her phone number, your attraction to her is, like as probably as minimal as it can be, where she's still willing to give you that information. Now, I've had the experience of where a woman, I was like, hey, well, what's your phone number? Let's plan a time to hang out. Gave her my phone. She inputted a brand new contact into my phone. So instead of just typing her number out, she went and added a new contact. That's a higher level of interest because she was like, here is my number, and it's saved so she knows that I had it. Other cases where I've asked for phone numbers, now you got to be confident when you ask for a phone number. Okay, if you're like, oh, well, can I have your phone number so we can, maybe, talk instead of like DMing each other or seeing each other at the gym. This girl's going to be like, get the fuck out of here. But if you're like, hey, instead of, hey, so what's your phone number? So that way I could talk to you on a more personal level. So that way, you and I don't have to keep going back and forth in the DMs. I'd rather our conversations be more, more engaging than just, again, being on social media. That's a more confident sign of how to approach, like how to ask for a phone number, okay? Now, if you're real ballsy, you can ask a girl out on a date for the first time around. So here's how you know there's interest. So if you're talking to a girl and you're ending the conversation, you can say, hey, well, listen, it was good talking to you. I got to go, but when are you free next? When are you free next? Or when are you free this week? Let's go out and grab a drink. I'd love to get to know more about you. If she plans a date with you, she's interested. If she does not plan a time with you because she's got, other plans or whatever, regardless, if she doesn't plan a time with you right then and there, chances are she's just not into you, and then you should move on, okay? So that's a very clear sign. But what if you get the phone number? Right? What if you get her phone number? How do you know that there's signs of interest? Okay? Well, if you get this woman's phone number, I would not suggest calling her or texting her that day or the next day. I would wait a couple days before you call her. That way you can re-engage her level of interest to talking to you, okay? I've had that same girl that I told you about that gave me her phone number. I called her, texted her and called her. I called her first and then texted her because I got voicemail. So I called her first, went to voicemail. This was 4 days later, and I texted her. It went to a iPhone, so I know that was the right number, but I never heard back from her. So that tells me that, I just wasn't interesting enough to her for her to want to re-engage me, okay? Or potentially because my communication wasn't like, I wasn't texting her 24/7 or the next day, that could have been a red flag to her, and that was possible insecurities. I don't know. I'm not going to guess. Regardless, I just know that we didn't talk after that, so we're not talking now, and I've moved on. All right? So if you get her phone number, and if you ask her out on a date and she plans one with you, that's a good sign. If she does not plan a time with you, if she says she's busy and does not try to reschedule with you, that can go both ways. She's either interested or she's not. I would ask people out twice maximum, and then if after the second time, if she still says no or doesn't plan a time with you, from then on you should really just move on and wait for her to plan a time with you or just stop talking to her altogether. It really depends on where you want to go with this person, okay? Now, if she makes excuses at any point in the conversation with you, this woman is not, anytime a woman makes excuses to give you information or to talk to you or to run away or do something, blah, 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 that is a major sign of her not being interested. So, with that being said, then let's go ahead and let's pull up the notes right here on different signs on how to tell if a woman's into you, and I'm going to end the video with all of those. Just because that's going to be, I think that's going to be ultimately the best way on how to understand this. Okay, so I learned this one from Corey Wayne, but there's another book that I guys want you to listen to, and that's going to be Atomic Attraction. Okay, so from the book Atomic Attraction, if a girl makes eye contact with you, she smiles at you, which is the invitation. If she starts communicating with you, meaning she's engaging in the conversation, if she's asking you personal questions, that's a good sign. Okay. If she's preening, meaning she's touching her hair, she's blushing. Preening is like subtle signs of communication, like, oh, I'm twirling my hair, or oh, I'm giggling at your jokes even though I know they're not funny. That is a major sign of interest, okay? So what else? We've got, let's see, she got points body towards you, and that's another sign. She drops her gaze and looks at the ground. I was told that's a sign of submission. I haven't seen that one yet, so I don't really understand that one. And then if she touches you, so likely that's going to be like on a date, for example, or if you ask her for a hug and she gives you a hug, that could be a sign. But I wouldn't, don't quote me on that one, okay? Now, if she doesn't like you, she's going to cross her legs and arms, shielding off her body and her emotional areas. She's going to have her wrists turned down. That one's subtle. I haven't seen that one yet. If she turns away from you, so like I said, if she's not facing you, that's a very clear sign she doesn't want to talk to you. Moves personal objects away from you. So if your coffee, for example, is right here and you approach this girl, she takes her purse or her drink and she moves it away from you, that's a major sign that, I don't want you near me, okay? Or if she doesn't preen or touch herself, okay? So let's go down to Corey Wayne's principles then. How to tell if a girl has no chance on going out with a date with you. She doesn't remember who you are. She won't plan a specific date. She cancels without rescheduling. She's busy, no time. I need to find myself. I don't want a relationship. I'm too busy. But this is what I mean. When a girl tells you an excuse, like I don't want a relationship, that means I don't want a relationship with you, because more than likely you were over pursuing and she was feeling smothered and just like, get away from me. I want to come to you at my own terms. You're forcing this upon me. Never do that with a woman, okay? I have made that mistake in the past, which is why I started studying this. So, again, no personal questions. So if a girl never asks you personal questions, then that's a big no. Doesn't ask for your name. She gives you one-worded answers, looks away from you, will break date last minute. This one has happened to me. And you know what? Your response to that, it should be, hey, that sucks that you're feeling this way, but if you change your mind in the future, go ahead and let me know. Would love to see you. Be indifferent. Show that you just don't care, okay? You should never, from the book's Way of a Superior Man, if you are interested in a relationship more than the woman is, you're only going to disappoint yourself, all right? I had to learn that one the hard way as well. So, with that being said then, let's talk about ways to tell that she is attracted in you, okay? So, now these are going to progress from different levels. So, when you meet a girl that is willing to give you her phone number but kind of pushes against it, that's still a sign that she's still interested in you, okay? So 5 to 6, you have a hard time getting information. She makes eye contact with you. She gives you more than a one-word answer. That's always a plus. She wants to talk to you. She may give you a call back to confirm. So if you plan a date with this girl and it's 4 days out or 3 days out, and then she goes, oh, hey, well, give me a call on the day of the date to confirm. No. You don't want to take this. Say, listen, I'm busy and I only want to go out, and I'm only going to go on a date with you if you can actually show up for that, or say something like that. Okay? So if she tells you if she tells you to give you a call back to confirm, she's going to break the date, guaranteed. Okay? So you never want to take that. Always make sure that she confirms that date. Now, she may change plans last minute, and if you want to go to place A, and she goes, oh, can we go to place B instead? Nah, your job as the man is to say no. Okay, I picked this place. We're going to go there. If you want to go to this location, we can go there next, assuming the place that I planned works out well for us, all right? Never change the plan. Always stick to what you planned, okay? That's a test that she's giving you. Now, most girls that like you are going to be here. So she gives you her information without hesitation. So that's going to be the girl that I met at the gym that just gave me her phone number. Right? Now, the more that she really likes you, she'll bump into you. She's interested in what you have to say. She will compliment you. So if a girl's like, oh, your hair looks nice or your outfit looks nice, she's complimenting you because she likes you. She's attracted to you. All right? If she laughs at your jokes and you know they're fucking stupid, and they're not funny, but she laughs at them anyways. Oh, come on, girl. I mean, you know this girl's into you at that point, all right? And then number 8 and then number 9 is going to be calling you and pursuing you. So if she texts you and calls you first, that's ideally where you want to be at. Okay, you want the woman to chase you and not the other way around. If she gives you her information without asking, or she may ask you for advice, okay? What I mean by that is when you're talking to a woman, never, never, never fix her problem, okay? Always just listen to what she says because likely she's already thought about the solution. But women, healthy women, feel better talking about their problems, okay? If you have a woman that does not talk about her problems, that likely is going to be more like the avoidant side. And you, trust me, stay away from that, okay? It's not healthy because if problems come up in the relationship, you're never going to fucking know about them. And they're going to break up with you out of nowhere, all right? So if she asks, now if you're confused on if she wants advice or not, you can say, hey babe, are you looking for my advice here or opinion here, or you just want me to listen? Say that and she will tell you, hey, I just want you to listen, honey. Okay, cool. Go ahead. Now, number 9 and 10, this is where love starts, all right? So she will ask exclusive questions like, hey babe, what are we? Or, hey, I know you're dating other women, but I better not find out that you're sleeping with them. Stuff like this, okay? And then we got a very affectionate here, like she wants to see you, she's always touching you, she's kissing you first, and engaging in sex first, etc., okay? She buys you gifts or talks about you. So this is if she's a giver. So if this is a woman that loves giving gifts and whatnot, she'll go out of her way. She'll buy you little gifts and stuff. I've done this to my exes in the past. I love giving. I'll do everything, she'll buy you drinks, she'll pay for dinner, she will talk to you about her friends. That's just what that means, okay? So let's go ahead and let's just end the video here. That's going to be subtle ways that you can tell that a woman's interested in you. I recommend that if you want to skip reading these books, like if you want to skip reading the books and taking the time to study them like I have, then watch this video a couple times. And I've just given you everything that I know about how to tell if a girl's into you or not. So with that being said, guys, go ahead and like and subscribe if you want to watch more. Hit the bell notification so you get notified when I upload. With that being said, if you have any comments, go ahead and post them down below, and I'll get to them when I can. With that being said, guys, I'll see you around.